Ebusuafo Antinyan Banyi na ende woma pro bomu no mentene gwai mebo poi Assin Manso bia ehwe mechire ha ebohu also welcome to the ancestral river park oyaro ho sampapa patire me yekọ Cape Coast Castle na yekoye no na ende menye ket yaba opede obenya mpaibo bi no hwe kwana hie nananu wo fado na wodi fi ahansan wo kosi Cape Coast Castle and awasana triedo yen brother wa ha.
You welcome to Assin Manso, slave river site. Assin is an Akan word which means saying travelers. Ooh. Or persons that are just passing through. So with oral history, majority of us that form this community were some of the captives who managed to escape. But because we didn't know how to return to wherever we were captured, we formed part of this community. So we have a saying that we were in the same chains and shackles together with our brothers and sisters. We saw those who lost their lives along the way. We managed to escape in here in order to tell our story from this end. We also saw a section of our brothers and sisters taken away, but we didn't know where they were taken to until history made us know that they were taken to the new world. So they were brought from all angles in a chains and shackles in a straight line. This straight line that I'm talking about consists of people that were so tired and people that were 90% dead. Some, particularly the ladies, some will be having their menstrual flow and it flows all over them and nobody cares for them. In that straight line, some of them will be begging and praying to be forgiven and just let go. Some of them would also be cursing their gods and saying to them, why did this thing happen to us? So it was so much in the minds of them whilst walking through this path to the river.
Welcome to Slave River. Inti banana yedu Slave River wa. Inti chede yebo room na yakohwe nsun. Sada mama ken mamba hada ebi a waso mba hada ebi so benam dam meye twa browi video kakre na wa yakono.
I mean, it's definitely up to the point where you start thinking about the things that you heard with them taking their last bath and with them just going through the journey and the different things that really came about it and the sacredness of the ground and the holiness of the place that we stand on. It definitely leaves something tingling inside you.
The slave camp. This was the place that our enslaved Africans were made to look attractive before being sold. Now, this river you are seeing over there is a very big river, but because we are in the dry season, we are experiencing lesser rainfall and everything is drying up. But when it gets flooded, sometimes you can't even get closer. There are two separate rivers, the Nonkonsio here, and we have the Ama Emisa also here as well. Now, the Ama Emisa, this is the Ama Emisa. It flows through this end and it curves in here and moves away. This Ama Emisa is getting a source from a river called the Pra River. So this river flows through towns, villages, communities, and end up at the sea at Cape Coast. Wow. We have this river also getting a source from the township. And the name of this river is the Slave River, Nonko Isio. The reason why people of this community don't use Nonkonsio for anything, they would use this to wash and they can drink from the Ama Emisa. But with the Nonkonsio, because of the pains and the history and the spirituality in it, they always want to preserve it and make it sacred. We are not here to listen to the pains of our ancestors. we are here to take from them what we need in order to move on. Some routine rituals that we do, and we have some rituals also that we do that you need to first alert us of it before we go through it with you. But I'm going to show you the routine rituals that we do. So with the routine rituals, when we come in here, we identify the part that the water is flowing, because most of it are stagnant and we don't want to use a stagnant one. So when we get in here, the first thing that we do, we call it the cleansing. With the cleansing, in the water, you fetch some of the water and you wash either your hands or your legs. Every wash that you do, you try to release some negativity to the river. Maybe I wash away sickness, I wash away poverty. So I don't know what you want to wash. You wash away everything. After the wash, we believe that you are now clean. Being clean, we go to the next stage. That's why you fetch some of the water. You wash your eye and you pray to see. I don't know what you want to see. I don't know what you want to see. I have what I want to see, and yours, you also have what you want to see.
Na henu ya no to kwan woko Israel na azin woko bompe wo ho na azin nti emi minyi sika mazobo full plane maza ko Israel nti ma mo hwe me Assin Manso riverside ya za binum ko Israel woko ye no haya na musomeze meyen join mo ha na nyina ye mbompe ne bi
Memorial Wall of Return, right? With this war, we're basically taking stock of all our brothers and sisters that have returned back for their roots. We want their coming here to be very symbolically represented. So all these names that you've seen have been documented in our books. And the government is trying to engrave all these names in front of a car park to tout them as those that have returned. So with these two remains in our ancestral graveyard, we have Madam Krista from Kingston, Jamaica, and Samuel Carson from New York, US of A. Madam Krista was one of the ladies that were captured, landed in Jamaica as a slave African. She was part of the Maroons. She wasn't lucky, she was in prison. Whilst in prison, she saw everything. People being killed, raped, and even when you fall sick, you were not taken to the hospital. You were taken to the veterinary because you were seen more as an animal. She decided to do something about it, forgotten that she was in chains and shackles. She decided to starve herself to death. So on the 31st day of July 1998, these two re-entered the country to the Kutka International Airport, first to Fort Amsterdam, second to Elimina Dungeons, and third to Cape Coast Dungeons. They were made to come out from the door of no return. And these people led to the name being changed to the door of return. The following day, they were buried here. And that is why the people of Assin Manso, on the 1st of August, we celebrate our Emancipation Festival. We have over 400 of our brothers and sisters' ashes all on this land.
Wow.
Yes, so with this particular place, we have those that lost their lives in the trade, the next generation, those that lost their lives, and the current generation, those that are not alive. So together, we are all coming together so that we could support us living.
This was brought to you by Nyanis